Hello, everybody, and welcome to Off Chain. My name is Jimmy Song, and today is November 24th, 2017. Happy Black Friday to all of you. Anyway, with me is Tone. Say hi, Tone.
Hey everyone. Hopefully we finally got the sound fixed.
Yeah. Always a little tricky getting all that stuff set up, especially because of Microsoft and Skype and all that. All right, first story today. We got this entire market price history from 2012 to 2017. It's this very interesting graph, and you can see it just continually going up and up and up, and then it'll just sort of drop all of a sudden every once in a while. This is like, I think we're right around 2013 right now, and you can just sort of get an idea for the scale of how much Bitcoin's been going up, and all of these drops that are like 70% or whatever. It's kind of incredible. What are your thoughts on sort of the price history of Bitcoin, Tone?
It's pretty cool actually. Oh, quick note. Now you're a little bit louder than me, so
Okay.
equalize those a little bit, and then we'll finally have it set for the future. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, I saw it. I watched like the first 10 seconds of it. Okay, like, well, I kind of look. I know the price history of Bitcoin like the back of my hand, basically. Like people can tell me when they got into Bitcoin, and I will tell them exactly what price they got in at. And when they say, "Oh, that's not right," I'm like, "Oh, then you gave me the wrong date." Like, I've been. I mean, I've been looking at the price for so long. I mean, it's cool looking, but yeah, I didn't expect this to be a story. Well, like, I'm not. I don't know how newsworthy this is. I mean, I live on the price, so it's
Yeah, I mean,
just normal to me.
I think it's very easy for you, Tone, and not that noteworthy for
Yeah.
you. But for our viewers who haven't been in crypto quite as long or something like that, this may be like sort of an object lesson in how quickly things can fall, but how quickly everything recovers as well. All right, so I have a story from fz.ch, but these are sort of interesting routing attacks that you can do based on sort of ISP level routing of various Bitcoin traffic. And this is an interesting sort of thing. I look forward to sort of some of the core devs kind of taking a look at it. But it's interesting. It's essentially an isolation attack. This was on Hacker News earlier yesterday. So something for people to take a look at if you're curious as to sort of some of the vulnerabilities that might still exist. This is Waxwing's blog. This is the Join Market guy, and he goes through a lot of the stuff on bulletproofs. This is essentially what's going to make confidential transactions a lot more compact. And he goes through, Peterson commitments and how you can sort of expand that concept out a lot further and come up with something called, range proofs that are very, very small. This will sort of enable confidential transactions to be a lot smaller. I'm actually, if we had Fluffy on the show, I would be asking him about this because it would be absolutely perfect for Monero in the sense that they use range proofs and they're like kilobytes big for each transaction. And this may have implications down the line. Tone, your thoughts on bulletproofs?
I mean, you're the expert on this one. I mean, look, anything's good. Anything's good because this stuff needs to come out. Like, it doesn't have to work immediately. Like, Core works differently than all these other programmers. Like, all these other programmers are like 12 years old, and they're like, I can do this tomorrow, right? And then no one uses their shit, but they're out there saying how great it is. So, I mean, this is going to be real work. It's going to take a lot of testing. It's going to take time. But at the end, it's going to actually help the project. It's not going to be like the latest Ethereum upgrade where millions of Ethereum gets lost once again, right? Like, is it really an upgrade when your users get hacked? Uh, so, I mean, all of this is good, and I'm patient enough. Like, I don't need Bitcoin to scale to millions of people tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, what's important to me is who's working on it, right? Is it someone competent, or is it someone that just wrote about it, right? Because Bitcoin was written about in like 2002, but by a person that had no ability to actually get it done.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and you need that security. I think security is absolutely critical when doing something like this. You don't want new coins created, and that's one of the things that you have to be very careful about with confidential transactions. is that if you're not careful and there's an exploit, you can create new coins, and that's kind of what happened with Bitcoin a while back. And Monero obviously patched that before they got there, but something to be very careful about.
Right, and Zcash worries about that. Like, as far as I know, there's no way to know if Zcash is being overprinted.
Well, there is a way to know, but you have to trust the setup. That's kind of the snark part of Zcash. So anyway, that was interesting. All right, so it is Black Friday, and Bitcoin Black Friday is back. You can get like all kinds of crap here. I personally don't think this is that important, and I want to keep my Bitcoin, and I don't care to really spend it that much. But I mean, you can get some good deals. I saw some deals on Trezors. I got a bunch of those. But your thoughts, Tone, on Bitcoin Black Friday?
Oh, I was just looking at regular Black Friday. I'm like checking out Amazon, and this is really a good week to update your like digital subscriptions. Like if you're gonna renew your website domains, like this is the week to do it. Any kind of apps. So this is when all of my subscriptions I usually do. Because I try to like TradingView has nice Black Friday discounts for the yearly subscriptions. So a lot of digital subscriptions, like this is the time to get them, and then the renewal will always come on Black Friday as well. So it's basically you're getting half price on your digital subscriptions.
Yeah, and some of it might be useful, but like the more I get into Bitcoin, the more I'm like, do I really need that? I don't know if I really need that. I want to save Bitcoin instead. And
yeah, exactly.
It's like if Bitcoin price keeps going up, you are going to regret spending it. Of course, you can always like buy it back and backfill your Bitcoin, but then you're kind of using Bitcoin as a really crappy credit card. So I don't know. To me, that's not that interesting. But that said, here is Bitcoin Diamond. They forked successfully. I think it occurred earlier this morning, and some exchanges are already trading. This is the first exchange that I know, the only exchange that I know of that's trading. I don't know, there's probably others, but I didn't look that hard. And it's trading at about 0.008 Bitcoin, which is less than 1%. But that said, maybe it's worth it for some people. Maybe it's not for others. Up to you. What do you think of Bitcoin Diamond, Toad?
I didn't even know. I didn't even know it forked. Let me magnify your screen. Like, what's the price of it?
0.008 Bitcoin. So.
Oh God.
It's 80 basis points. Yeah.
No, that's terrible. But I'm starting to, thinking about Bitcoin Gold again.
Yeah. So that's the other story. This is the Bitcoin Gold price chart. It did sort of blast off in the last 8 hours or so. Not sure exactly what happened. It's possible that maybe they got listed on a Korean exchange or something, and a bunch of people
man, it hit a 9. Damn it!
Yeah.
I should have took care of this last night.
Yeah, I mean, if you could have sold at 5% or something like that, that would have been a nice gain for a lot of people.
So what's your time element there? Like, I don't like actually my.
Oh, it's a 4-hour chart.
It's a 4-hour chart.
Yeah.
Oh wow, 4-hour chart hit a 9.
Yeah.
So this is Bitcoin Gold or Bitcoin Cash?
Bitcoin Gold, right? Yeah, Bitcoin
wow.
Gold.
So look how it reversed on the bottom, man, off of a 9 and a 13 like that, and then boom, it goes up.
Yeah.
And so at the very peak, about 4 hours ago would have been a nice time to sell.
Yeah, half a Bitcoin. I mean, like 5%.
5%.
Yeah,
5%. Yeah.
It was higher before, but that was a while back.
There wasn't much liquidity there, right?
Yeah.
Like that was a tricky period because it was higher before, but that was before you can actually trade it. So it was only tradable for those that had Bitcoin on the exchange. Like you couldn't actually separate your B gold.
Yeah, so you have to be very careful because there's already like several malwares associated with Bitcoin Gold, and getting it out is not so simple. There's probably a safe way to do it with like Coinomi or something like that, but I haven't looked into it. I'm trying to write, like, I've been talking with GoPig and trying to get some sort of Armory signer so I can offload my Bitcoin Gold. He told me, like, All right, if it's like 5%, it's worth it for me. So like we should get it done then. So we'll see.
Yeah, if it's above 5%, it becomes worth it for me.
Uh-huh.
But like the safest, you gotta separate it, right? So I'm planning to like move my Bitcoin and get the private key so that the private key has no Bitcoin on it. But then I want a safe place to take that private key into and pull the gold.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll have to figure it out. Someone is pointing out in chat that there's 210 million Bitcoin Diamond. That might be the reason why the price is so low. And someone.
But where's the extra coming from? Is it gonna be future mining?
Yeah, I think they changed the change. I'm sure they like probably mid pre-mined it, mid blockchain pre-mined it. And so they.
Oh,
they
hey, Jimmy, listen, since it's sure I have your full screen, can you just hit the bottom, it says screener on the bottom left? Just click on that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it's, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. And you can right click on the buy sell and hide that because that's always in the way.
Oh, yeah. Hide. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. All right. I'm learning how to use TradingView from the master. All right. Good stuff.
And use the updated code. The blue lines are now gone.
Yeah, I'll have to do that soon. But yeah, it's very interesting stuff. Wow, we're causing a sell off on Bitcoin Diamond. It's gone down to 76 basis points. So we'll see. They are. Somebody says they might be closed source. Tom Lomax, thank you for your donation. Yeah, so I don't know. This one is worth watching, I think, to see at the very least, so we can sell it, if we're not that interested, which might be the case. But anyway, back to you, Tone. You want to talk a little bit about price and what's going on?
Well, since we're looking at B Gold, I mean, I'm looking at a minor correction here off of the 9 on the 4 hour. So probably looking for it to go down to about 0.04, maybe a little bit below that, kind of like that top where, like around that area. Back to the base, maybe as low as back to like the 32, back to that base, right? So like around there, like around the tops of those candles, around 21st, 22nd. So if we fall all the way there, that would be a nice reversal point. So let's see. I would love to see a pump because, man, before I leave for Colombia a week from today, or wow, less than that, like 5 days from today, I want to sell all of it, and like the higher price I get be awesome.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So please pump it. I want to sell.
Yeah. How about other things? I guess I could bring my Bitcoin Cash chart.
I haven't even looked at it. Like I don't even know what price it sits at.
Let's see. Here's my Bitcoin Cash chart. Let me get rid of the screener and this thing.
Perfect.
All right. This is the 4 hour. It's
beautiful. Yeah, see, there's one more 9 there, followed by a reversal candle. So that's awesome. So, but the 9s, the likely scenario on the 9s is a 1 to 4 candle pullback, and then back up, and it's starting to go back up. So I would love to see this thing just continue to go down, but like who the hell knows with these things? Well, like again, like I don't care for this, right? It's like asking me about a penny stock. Like, yeah, but the company is like, worthless.
Well, I mean, there are people I think in our audience that are probably looking for a good exit point for their Bitcoin Cash, right? Myself included. But yeah, it would be nice to know, hey, well, if there's going to be one more pump, maybe we should wait it looks like it bounced like right here, so it'll probably
well, let's see, right? So basically, if you get a new 4 hour close higher than the prior closes, then it might have a little bit of a pump in it. If not, then it's like right now is almost what I call a no trade zone, right? Like if you can either play the 1 to 4 candle reversal the moment you feel it's reversing, and so either you bought in like an hour or two ago. I'm assuming this is the 4 hour chart.
Yeah.
Right. So either you bought in like within the last 4 hours, but if it goes any higher, at this point you want to wait for a breakout to buy in, or a breakdown to short, basically. But around from here to where your pointer is, that's almost like a no trade zone. Like you just wait for a brand new close that's higher than the prior closes. Hopefully it starts trading on a new intraday high, and then you're buying the breakout. Or you want to time the dip, but timing the dip would have been like 6 hours ago.
Yeah, sorry guys. Somebody's pointing out my head is in the video was blocking. But yeah, he's talking about this zone being sort
Oh,
of
really?
like,
I see it clearly.
yeah, you do, because I'm screen sharing, but I have my head in there so we can.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. Anyway, thank you, Tone. Do you want to talk about Bitcoin also?
Sure. Let's jump on a Bitcoin price for a minute here. Let me do screen share. Don't dox yourself here. Hold on. Let me go straight from your screen share to mine. All right, how we looking?
Yeah, we see it.
Let me dox myself instead.
Oh, wait. Is that you or yeah, that's you. Okay. Yeah, it looks so much like mine. So wait, no,
Yeah.
yeah. Wait. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. All right.
All right, we good now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, there's delays on the videos and stuff. All right, perfect. All right, so here's my weekly chart. So nothing really changes, right? Like when you do these things every day, there isn't much of a difference. So this week is still gives me one of my 8s. So next week is going to be a week where we're nearing a weekly top, and monthly we're on a 9. Like if I flip this over to a 9, if we flip this over to the month, we're on one of my 9s, but there's no reversal candle yet. So we want to see one of these major sell-offs to give us a reversal candle or a doji candle. So maybe that's going to come in December. But December is going to be an interesting month because Bitcoin has been up so much, and some people do reshuffle their portfolios for tax purposes. So you never know what's going to happen over in December. But on a monthly chart, we are looking at a near-term top. On a weekly chart, we might have one more week of upside. Now, for perfect timing, you want your monthly, weekly, and daily all to match. So here's the daily chart. So we really should reverse like any day and maybe have one more run up for another one of these 9s, taking us, to the $9,000 to $10,000 range. And then for some kind of a real correction. Like this was a real correction. I mean, we fell like 30%. And if we go all the way up to like 9,000, if we fall 30% from there, we can fall all the way down back to like 7, let's say 6.5, 7. And that would be another one of these healthy corrections which Bitcoin goes through. But right now, based on a daily chart, like you just wait. I have this little green line right here. If we can close above this green line, if we can have a brand new daily high close, then you buy the breakout and you try to time it into the 9.5 range. I don't expect us to break 10,000 this year. When Bitcoin gets close to these massive round numbers, the sell-off happens just before that, just like how it sold off when it hit 4,975. You were on that show when I called that one. And that's kind of how it works, right? So now you doubled that. So and traders are going to get sneakier. So it's like, oh, no one is actually going to wait till 10,000. They're going to sell at 9,950. But I'm going to be slicker than that. I'm going to sell at 4,990. But that's not slick enough. So the sell-off will probably come at 9,850. Everyone tries to like outdo each other. But that's kind of how I'm looking at it. So if we do break above 9,000, I'm really not expecting us to get into the 9.9. I'm expecting the sell-off to happen in like the 9.7, 9.8 range.
All right. Thank you, Tone. I really do have to get going. So
that's about it. That's about it because the hourly and the daily aren't very useful. So
okay, too much noise. Yeah, there are reports that Bithumb in Korea is trading at around 8,500. So we may see some delayed price action on the U.S. markets as a result. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining us, and thank you for joining us today. Happy Black Friday to everybody. Hopefully you don't do too much shopping because then you can save Bitcoin. Anyway, this song is done.
Bye, guys.